Welcome, guys, to another episode of Unleash and Thrive. We have been talking to authors, to people who have made an impact in society, who work on mindset shift, who are leadership coaches. Today, we have someone with us who has been a career person throughout her life. She's an FCA. She has worked in corporates and she has a mission to empower the generation that is right now with her venture called Startup Shuja. She's here with us. She's called Ananya Pal. She has been nominated as a business icon for the year with Tava Awards. She has written more than 8 books. She is so much more to explore. I think it's best we talk to her and let her talk about herself. Hi, Ananya. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
We would like to know about you, your story, but let's start with your introduction.
Okay, thank you for having me here, Rina. Um, you have told a lot about
A
me.
very brief introduction, but yeah.
Yes, I am a chartered accountant from India. I have worked in corporates in multinational companies for quite a long time. Then I started as a consultant, being a partner in one of the firms in Kolkata, in India. And during COVID, we shifted here in
Okay.
Nairobi, and it became very difficult for me to
Continue
travel to India
working.
and continue there. So then I decided to resign there and start my own company here, which is Ananyapal Limited. Under that, I do consultancy work. And also, as you mentioned, I have opened a platform called Startup Shuja, which is basically to give holistic solutions to the startup entrepreneurs.
Right.
And right from mentoring to helping them with pitch deck, then connecting them with the investors, taking their pitch deck to the investors, VCs across the globe as well as locally. And if a fund is disbursed, then we are also there to monitor the
Help
fund
them with them.
utilization, how
Right.
best it is getting utilized. So that's the in nutshell startup Shuja. And as you mentioned, I already have 9 published books, but they're not about my profession. It's
Right.
fictions. My favorite genres are historical fiction, then thrillers.
Okay.
Yeah, even I write.
That's interesting.
Yeah, even I write humor stories.
Okay.
But historical fiction is my first love. I mix thriller with that.
Okay.
So, and
Great.
right now I've just completed my 10th book.
I
So
think you
it's,
have also started something recently.
yeah, Writers Bandari.
Right.
That is again another project under Startup Shuja. Writers Bandari is a platform to give a kind of holistic solution to the writers of Kenya who I've often seen that a lot of people do self-publishing of their books here,
Correct.
but
Correct.
they face a lot of problem. Like first of all, here you get to print your book. There are printers. You basically print your book, and then you don't know what to do
What to
with
do?
them.
Even me, I struggle with that.
Yes, so I have created a platform where we will do marketing and sales for you. Like I have a e-commerce. I have created a e-commerce platform under Writers Bandari, where the book will be available for online delivery. And also, I have tied up with few physical bookstores where the books,
Okay.
whoever will
That
come
one
under
will be
Writers Bandari,
available.
their books will be kept there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
also as I do podcast, like in Startup Shuja, I do for business podcast. So for
Right.
Writers Bandari, we'll do book review podcast, like interview
Okay.
with the writers, so that people get to know about the book
About
and
the
the writer.
author.
That
Right.
helps in
Right.
marketing. And also, there will be review in printed media as well.
Okay.
So all these will be done by us, and also the book launch event.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we will arrange a book launch event also, depending on the budget of the writer. We can do it in different places. They can get their own guest. We can also call some important people as well if they want us to do that. So it's
Okay.
a holistic solution for marketing and
Amazing.
sales. for the writers who really don't know what to do after
With-
the book is printed.
I think that is wonderful platform because this is real story in Kenya. Even me, I struggled a lot when I got in touch with, the publications in India. That is the time I got to know all this. That yes, you can do this. Okay, it was not under my budget, so called. So I didn't go that way, but I understand at least. These are the mediums available. But I really wish that time that there was something available in Kenya. Though I can really get in touch with you even now.
Yes, and Writers Band. That is why in Writers Bandari, I'm trying to keep it the cost as low
Low
as
as
possible
possible.
because really don't want to keep a lot of margin or anything,
Correct.
just to
Correct.
cover the cost and little bit to sustain.
Right. Right.
Because
Because
the
there's
main
lot of
purpose is to,
talent
yes,
here, which
the main purpose, as you rightly said, that in Startup Shuja I have started it not to make money but for a
correct.
noble cause. So Writers Bandari is a project of Startup Shuja where I
Right.
really want to help the writers,
Authors, yeah.
yes, who wants to be author. So the budget factor is also, because I know publishing book is expensive affair
Very,
here.
very.
So even since I am an author, so I know few publishers in India. So those who really don't know what to do, whether they can reach out to a publisher. Like here, what happens is the local printers. You are an author, you know that the printing technique here is not up to date. India is far ahead.
Of course.
Digital. So that's
course.
why here minimum 500 you have to get printed. Better to be cost effective, 1,000 copies.
Correct.
But that increases the cost. But
Of
if
course.
someone wants, no, I just want 100 copies or maybe 300 copies, then I can even connect them with the Indian publishers
Right.
because then it will be cheaper to get it done through India,
Through
you know.
India,
So
right.
those facilities are there. Even someone wants, okay, my book should be available globally in Amazon. Then
You
I
help
have
them
that
set up
facility.
that as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Okay.
Amazon, and they want their book to be in one or two international book fairs in India. Can be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So
I think you are just trying to set up a connection between
yes.
the authors and the real visibility that they can get through
Yes,
that.
and I have seen here that the authors, they really struggle. They themselves are trying to sell the book, which is really not a correct scenario
Correct way
for
of doing
authors.
it.
I, being an author, I understand that if I have to do marketing and sales of my own book, that's
Correct.
really not the
Yeah,
ideal way.
because I am good at writing.
Yes,
I
yes.
know the concept. I know
I
what
have
I
to go to
want
the
the
experts for
message.
that.
Yeah,
Because
you
generally,
need-
what happens in other countries, like you go to the publisher, it's publisher's baby. The book becomes publisher's baby. They do the needful for you.
right.
But here, it's the system is not like that. So I have
Right.
seen many of my friends that they struggle. So because of that, that idea came to me to
Okay.
do Writers Bandari.
Amazing.
So we have just
This-
launched it, and hopefully now it will go
It will
on. I've
kick
got
off.
few queries already, and I will probably I will start with one of the podcasts so that people can see. One of my last book, which was actually a thriller based on Nairobi.
Okay.
So that was launched here also. So we'll do a podcast of that first, so
Right.
that people get to know also how we are doing it. Popular Face will do it. She's very good at it.
Okay.
So she will be the host in that podcast
Who?
also.
Sorry.
So I'm not taking the name right now,
Okay,
but
okay.
she's into radio and
Right.
social media and all these, and
Okay.
with print media also. She's a
Right.
known, very
Known
well-known
personality.
personality. And for book review podcast, you cannot put just anyone who can
Correct.
just speak. You have
You
to put
should-
someone who is well-read, who understands books.
Who understands book? Who is
Yes.
passionate about reading more books?
Yes. So the host I have selected, she's just that.
Okay.
So
okay.
that she does full justice to
Correct.
each and every writer.
Correct.
Because
correct.
once a writer comes to Writers Bandari, it is our duty to make you a known face as an author.
Right. Right.
We do everything for that.
Amazing. I think that is something the viewers should take note of it. If you have been that passion of writing a book, just focus on writing and then the rest will be taken care of with Writers Bandari. Amazing. So now, Ananya, if we have to go back into your journey about your CA, I think it's not that easy that time in India to go through the CA, clearing those exams and then, working. How it has been? How was the journey?
Yeah, actually, I always wanted to take commerce.
Yeah, that is first question. Why
yeah,
you selected
yeah,
CA?
because I was very good in literature as well. I was good in maths also. So, though probably it could, and I was very interested in history. So, probably it could have
That
been
is
a
the reason
choice
you
to be
write.
a historian. But I actually wanted to, I was always interested in commerce and those kind of things. So, I decided to go into professionally into finance. But I kept my passion alive of
That's why you have written so
history.
many books. You kept on writing.
Yeah, I have always been an avid reader, so I used to read a lot. So I when I took finance, actually I'm a Bengali, and in our time, in those days, even now, Bengalis generally go for science. They become scientists, doctor, engineer, and all
Okay.
these.
Okay.
Commerce is not a very preferred profession. It was not at back
Okay.
then. So it was quite a struggle for me to convince my parents that I want to
Oh,
take
okay.
this.
So it was your decision and
It
you
was my
can.
decision.
Okay.
And then I took commerce and I did my CA, and I mean, I didn't take much time, though it is very difficult,
I
I
know.
know. But yeah, I didn't do badly, I would say. And then I joined Deloitte.
Okay.
I was
That
there
was your
for
first job.
first job, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then after a few years, I moved to industries and in multinational companies, different
So you started
industries.
with audit and then you
Yeah,
went into corporate.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, in Deloitte, I was with audit and assurance. Then I went to corporate, then manufacturing. Then I was in service also. Then
Okay.
again manufacturing. So like that, I had like I worked for 1.5 decades. Then I have one child, and I understood that me and my husband, we both are in finance, and it was very hectic. And she was somewhat not getting for
That
the kind of attention she should have
she
from me.
should
Though I used to struggle.
struggle
I'm working whole night. I'll come back in the morning. Then I'll try to check whether her homework is on
there or not.
place or
Yeah.
not. I used to do, but still there is a limitation to how much you
Correct.
can do. So then, and she was a promising child. And then I took a break of a few years
Okay.
from
Okay.
my regular jobs. It was a brave decision. My
Of
husband was not
course.
very convinced. He was saying, "Are you
Of
sure you won't
course.
be frustrated?" It was a brave decision, but I feel it was the correct decision. So
As
I
far as you are happy.
yes, and no, I felt that it was my project. My daughter was also my project, and I have to give it time. So I took a break, and at the peak of my career, and that time I then I joined a. We were in Calcutta, and I joined a management institute in the faculty as a visiting faculty, not in the regular faculty, so that
Right.
I can give her enough time.
Correct.
So I continued like that for
Correct.
some time, and then when she was
So
in
you
high school.
continued with your something as you were working on.
Yes. And also, then I picked up actually writing.
Okay.
So I was always passionate. When I was very young in school and high school, I used to write, but it was like more of a hobby kind of a thing. Then at this time, when I was not in full time job, so I got some time for myself, and I started writing also. And then from there,
How
the
was
journey.
it? Like first book, how did you write? Like what
No, the
came?
book I did not come up with first.
Okay.
I used to write. I first started with blogs. The blogs started getting very popular. One blog was there for historical fictions I used to write, and another one short stories I was writing. Another was for contemporary. So they were getting very popular. Then I started sending into some very popular magazines, and in first shot only in all the magazines and newspaper wherever I sent,
It would
they
pick up.
got published.
Select.
So I write in two languages: my native language, which is Bengali, and also in English.
Okay.
So these I sent in all those popular Bengali magazines and
So
newspapers.
even now you write to those.
No, I stopped writing in magazines. So once I realized that yes, they are getting published in all
Attention.
these places, and I'm getting paid for my writing. Then I thought, okay, now probably people will pay for my book also, because a lot of people were saying, why you are not coming out with
you
books?
were being known with your name for the writing.
Yeah, so people were saying, but I really wanted to see whether it is worth, like I really can go
Pull
for
it
book.
off. Yeah.
And then it became easier for me to get a publisher also, since I was a published
On the
writer.
yeah.
So in all those A-grade magazines, my writing used to come in Dhaka. Their most popular newspaper. That time I was in Dhaka, living in Dhaka. So there, in their most popular newspaper, there quite regularly my stories used to come. So
Okay.
these helped me to get a publisher also for my first book.
Right.
And that was a collection of short stories for historical fiction. And the first book did well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how the journey
The
started.
journey started. Okay.
Yeah, and also I do a lot of cultural programs. I write
Yeah.
scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are all interlinked because I come from a very cultural background. Both my parents were culturally very inclined. My dad had a theater group. He was into
Oh.
writing scripts and
Oh,
directing
so
theaters.
that's how the writing.
My mother was a very
skills
good actress, and I mean, she was not a professional actress. She was a scholar, but she did acting. She was a guitarist. She used to sing.
Wow.
She sings very well, and she was
Lot of
excellent,
talent.
excellent orator, reciter.
Okay.
So I come from that kind of a background. I grew up in that. So
So at
it
one point
came.
of time, there was, that was in your what do you say thing, that you would definitely go into that kind of
Probably.
direction because you have seen all that a lot of times throughout
Yeah,
with
so it
your
remains
parents.
in you. So
Yeah.
when I got a little chance, then I started indulging on these things as well. And then, of course, after when my daughter reached high school, I was still in Dhaka. Then I joined a consultancy firm as a partner. And started because I did not want to go back to regular
Correct.
9 to 5 job, because already I had these things to
To
cater to
do.
also.
Correct.
So I
They had
didn't want
already
to.
taken up some place.
Yeah,
Space.
so I didn't want to restrict myself.
Correct.
So
Correct.
then I joined this consultancy firm, and then I mean, my professional journey also then started again. And there, what happened, interestingly, this I keep telling to even our mentees in Startup Shuja, that when I was working for someone else, okay, those were large multinational companies,
Correct.
but still, I was working for someone. And when I started my own consultancy, I realized that there are few aspects of me which remained undiscovered even to myself.
Correct.
Like I realized that I'm good at business development.
Right.
I'm good at bringing
Correct.
new
But
ideas.
because you are doing that job, you are restricted to finance or whatever that other responsibilities come under you. No one thinks of giving sales or business development to a CFO.
Yeah. So, and then, I mean, and bringing new ideas, those kind of things I kind of discovered in myself, which I did not know earlier.
Right.
So, that's how I started. And here it is altogether a different journey, because here when I came, there I am known.
Yeah, I was about to ask from
Yeah.
there to here, how is it?
Yeah,
been?
here when I opened my own company, I am not known. I do not have a power or
When
a
did
chair.
you come here?
We actually moved here in November 2020.
Oh,
But
okay.
I opened my company here in actually 24.
Okay, 2
So,
years back.
Yeah, actually December 24 or January 24, December 23, January 24. So
Okay.
it's been actually not
One and
even
a
2
half,
years,
yeah,
1.5 years.
year,
Yeah.
right. Amazing. In
So
1.5 year, you got, nominated for Business Icon Female.
I feel very blessed,
right.
and the
right.
kind of.
No, there must be an impact that you are creating.
So yeah, I'm really trying, and the ecosystem here. Then I realized that probably I can do something about this startup things, because a lot of the youth here have a lot of potential.
I agree totally. The youth here has potential. They are smart. They are highly intelligent. I think what they don't have is the right resources to channel that energy, to channel that intelligence into something good and concrete that they can build upon. So I think
Absolutely.
that's a great initiative there.
Yeah, so that was the idea to start Startup Shuja.
Right. So tell me, before we start up on your startup, Shuja, tell me more about the cultural gap that you see when you come from India. You've worked with MNCs, you've worked with you doing your, because even there having your own consulting is different from than what you have in Africa. I mean in Kenya specifically. So what was the cultural gap you saw, and what was your approach? How did you?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was here I had to start from scratch. There I was part of a big farm where 40, 50 people were working for us. We were four partners. So we had established clienteles and all. I was bringing new client, that's a different thing, but we had.
Right.
So, but here I had to start from scratch. No one knew me. And by then I have done some cultural programs and I do a lot, with the
Yeah.
local artists also. I blend Indian and African dance, music, and all these things. So, people already started knowing me as a cultural person, but my
Okay.
professional side, people
No
didn't
one knew.
know. No
Yeah.
one knew. So, what happened was I'm part of the CA chapter here.
Okay.
So Nairobi chapter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then I spoke to the committee members. I spoke. The then chairman was a very good friend of mine. So we spoke. I said that why don't we? And I'm a kind of a person. I like to take initiatives, like to venture out in new things. So I was telling, why don't we do something interesting like some seminars, regular way on a regular basis, so that it's an enriching process. We all get
Correct.
updated. So initially there was a little bit, they were thinking whether we will get enough audience or not. Those things we have to think. Then Bank of Baroda, then MD was Mr. Rathi, who actually, we met at some seminar and he said, Madam, I have a fantastic venue at the rooftop in our office. Why don't you guys use it? Then I said, okay, let me
Amazing.
talk to. That's how we started a monthly seminar there, like Bank of Baroda and CA chapter, and that's how where happened. I started getting. I'm well connected,
You now
and
you started
I
getting
started getting.
networking.
Yeah. Then I organized everything. I started getting the good speakers. I will decide on the topics and everything that will take care of, and it become a big hit. It
Right.
became
Right.
so that became a starting, and then when I opened my own company, then obviously people already were taking me seriously as a professional. So
Correct.
getting right from getting client or working with the banks also for financial literacy program, it became a natural process for me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that's what I think the lesson here is: start somewhere, start getting connected to people, start talking to people, and someone will out there will come and help you, and you will the journey will start. I think the best lesson is here is just start.
Yeah, I mean, without any
Don't sit with that
inhibition.
idea.
Yes, without any inhibition, we should start.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so if you start, if people see the sincerity in you,
Hmm.
things work.
Things work. Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Now tell me about this startup Shuja, what it is, how you help, what all it is, and because I think there is so much. I want this to reach as many as people as possible, because this is one of the golden opportunity for a lot of people. So yeah, just share more about it.
Startup Shuja, we have 10 mentors, panel of mentors, including myself. I am the prime mentor, but we have 9 more mentors from each area, like 2 from finance, 2 from marketing, 2 from 2 technical experts, 1 from scientific research, 1 from one a banker. So like that, 2 from risk management. So we have a panel of mentors, and we have 2 patrons who really believe in the cause of Startup Shuja, and they are acclaimed in their own area. Our one of the patron is the chairperson of ISPAC, Professor Elizabeth Kalunda. She's a very good friend of mine with
Okay.
a very big heart. She's one of our patron. And Mr. Dilip Pal, the CFO of Safaricom, he is another patron of Startup Shuja.
Right.
And they have their guidance. We can always reach out to them for anything. And these 10 mentors we are. So,
What is it like? People come and enroll in that, and then you take them through some journey.
So the first enrollment process we did last year, towards the end of September, October, we did the first batch. We got a lot of applications. Then we screened out and narrowed it down to few, because a lot of people come
So
with a
it's
lot of
kind of a coaching program. Is it that you coach them for some kind of?
I won't say it coaching. I will say mentoring. Why I'll
Right.
say, because it's not a classroom kind of a thing. Because all the mentorings are one-to-one basis.
Okay.
And these are all because everyone will have unique problem, so we try first when they apply the applying process, we have a template where they have to fill up about their business
Right.
and about them, so the founders. These
Right.
two things are absolutely important. We screen out from there.
Okay.
And then understanding the business, I take one or two sessions first, one to one. Then I understand their need, and also I help them in their business strategies, in polishing their business strategies and the
Giving more
ideas.
clarity.
And then I see what are the other areas where they need some specific guidances. Say I felt that they need someone to guide them on the marketing, then I will connect them with the marketing person. All these are online. We do one-to-one things. So then the marketing, one of the marketing mentor will take it. Say it's a tech based project. So obviously one of the tech experts I will connect to them.
Okay.
And in all these sessions, I am myself present.
Okay.
Yeah, so that
So
there
you
is
take
no
personal
communication gap.
attention.
Yes,
Right.
there is no communication gap, and whatever is conveyed, they are able to adapt it.
It's
That's
a
very
full-time
important.
job.
So yeah, so we do like that. So it has to be one to one. Otherwise there are others, maybe some incubation centers and all, which are
Correct.
basically classroom things. And
Right.
that cannot help, because for entrepreneurs, each one with their unique idea will have
Correct.
unique problems. You need to
Correct.
address those problems one to one basis.
Right.
So that's the mentoring process. Then we go through their pitch deck, help them in polishing them. These pitch decks, once I'm satisfied, I send to all my mentors and then my patrons.
So
So
you help them to create those pitch decks, or they
they
come up with something and then you polish them?
I generally tell them what are should be there in the pitch deck. Some are quite seasoned; they don't need that kind of thing. Some are
Right.
scaling up projects, so they already had those pitch decks. And those who absolutely don't have, we give the basic ideas and then help in refining it. And
Okay.
I know, since I'm connected with those investors, so I know what are the requirements.
Right.
So I
Of
try
course.
to give them input from that side. And we have a banker in our panel also.
Right.
So he can also give inputs.
Right.
So I send it to him also to go through it.
Okay.
So yeah, so the pitch decks, like I don't send to all 9 mentors, but
Hmm.
to those who I know will be
Yeah.
critical.
Correct.
Say if it is a tech based, definitely one of the tech
Tech
expert will
has
go
to
through it.
understand
The
it.
banker person will go through it. One of my patron will go through it.
Right.
So like that. So then when I feel the pitch decks are ready, like the first batch was already done. We did a physical investor meet also. And then I sent
Okay.
out to VCs in India, US, and some Dubai based investors also. So like that, the process is still like a lot of people were saying when the second batch is starting. I'm really not doing it. I'm waiting for some time, because you see the right now the situation is really not that favorable in Kenya about the investment thing.
Right.
So
Right.
we are facing challenges.
Right.
Foreign investors are
Reluctant. A bit
a bit
resisting.
shying away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to getting them is the process is on from every side. I know even from government side the process is on, but it is kind of has slowed
It's
down for
slowed down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
for
it
some
might
reason,
slow down another 1
yeah.
year
So
as
it's
well. We don't know.
yeah. So that's why I thought if I go for the next batch right now,
There'll
then
be too many
then I will not
expectations.
probably be able to do full justice to the
Justice.
first batch.
Right.
So I really, because this platform is not to make money, so that's
Correct.
why I'm still maybe for another month or so I'll still try with the existing, and they are really good projects. All of them are good projects.
So
One or
what
two
is the
have
timeline that
for another month I will try with this, and then I
no,
will
like overall, how much period does it take, like from the application to reach
see the
the
main mentoring portion. Yeah, from application to mentoring and till pitch deck around 3 months.
okay.
Yeah. So
That's good.
and then
And you don't charge anything for that to the
see,
applicants?
the applicants, there is a small charge.
Okay.
It's a small charge. It's not a very
Big.
high charge. It's a small charge for 2 reasons. One, we have our certain expenses that
Of
we need to
course.
sustain for, and another thing is it also shows the seriousness of the
Correct.
mentees, because if I do not charge anything at all, then we are giving our time. And then halfway, if they just run away, what
Right.
happens?
Right.
It is total wastage of our time,
Resources.
resource, everything.
Correct. So they need
the
to
moment
have
they pay
some
something,
commitment. Yeah.
then there is some commitment.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. Great. So I think that is a great initiative there. What is that you pick up from there, like as your life's philosophy, that this is what I want to do, or how
This
do you
is,
see life as such?
this is I feel we all should have a purpose in our life, and this is my purpose. I do not have any goal anymore. A lot of people ask me that you do this, that, and that, and what's your goal? There is not really a goal. The purpose is more important to me.
The why.
Yes, though the purpose is that I really want to give back to the society through this youth, and do some handholding to those for whom probably there is not no
Yeah.
one.
And I think really in Kenya, we really need that kind
And I'm telling you, Rina, the kind of love and respect I
of
get
course.
because of
Yeah.
that, I feel so blessed. Like I go to the universities for these
Yeah.
master classes and all, and I get invited for all these, like USI, I have done in there are Mastercard Foundation. I have gone in Nairobi University in the various faculties I have been to. So I mean, the kind of the way I get connected to them, and it's so much. I mean, I feel very, very blessed, and I feel very fulfilled.
Right.
Tomorrow only there is an event training session in the agriculture department, and they have invited me as a keynote speaker. So I'm going there. And when I go, I feel that from these youth, even we have a lot to learn.
Of course.
We have also a lot to learn. And the podcast series that I do, there are actually two series. One is I try to get some very, very accomplished either business or corporate professionals. That series is named that conversation with business shujas.
Right.
Shuja is hero.
Yes.
So that is one from listening to them. These youngsters can really get
Learn so much.
inspired and learn. And
Correct.
another series I do is roundtable with industry experts, which is
Okay.
to address the real problems. Like we bring up new topics which is relevant for the entrepreneurs, like take based projects.
Right.
Then say AI. Then the last one that I just shot, it is not yet out, is agritech. Agritech and
Agritech is, yeah.
organic farming.
Right.
So
Yeah, I saw that.
yes,
Yeah.
so I try to get experts, and then we have conversation. We discuss real problems that the entrepreneurs face, and very soon I'm going to start a monthly physical interaction session with the entrepreneurs under Startup Shuja
Okay.
once in a month.
Right.
So where the entrepreneurs can register and come, and we will have a panel of experts. Our mentors will be there.
Amazing. That will be so good. Yeah.
So that they can come and actually
Actually
ask us
talk to
question.
someone and
Yeah,
ask any questions
yeah.
that they are facing.
Mm.
That will be, I think, it will be literally, bridging the gap.
Yes.
You can actually go and talk to someone who has
Yes.
gone through that already.
Mm.
That is great. So I think it has been really good to talk to you, and I don't think there is enough to discuss about. There's always so much to keep on talking about you. I would like to thank you, but if there is anything that the message that you would like to, especially share some message to the women employees out there who are either getting stuck somewhere in their career, or they don't know what to do, what would that be?
I would say never say never, and the tagline of Startup Shuja is dare to dream big. So if we can dream big, then we can achieve it also.
Right.
So, and for women, we have a lot of practical problems we face is like that. Like we have to bear children, we have to bring them up.
Correct.
That's a big responsibility we have. Still, we walk shoulder by shoulder with our male
In the
counterparts.
Yes.
So women have amazing potential.
Right.
And we Indians, we worship the goddess, and we Bengalis, our main
Yeah, I
deity
know,
is the
Durga
goddess
Puja. Yeah.
Durga, Ma Kali, the Shakti.
Right.
And she is the symbol of women power, and we all can do great
So
things
much
in life
things.
if we have the determination.
Right. Right. So in because you are, I think, one of the person a lot of women can look forward to and learn from, because you have come from India to a country where no one knew you, and you are doing so much for the Kenyans. Any specific mission or anything that that drives you?
When I see these youth, they smile when they feel that someone
Yeah,
is
that
there
is
to
something special in Kenya. Yeah.
listen to them, or there to hold their hand. That is so fulfilling for me. Even when I do cultural programs, my the artists who come, a lot of them come from the slums also, from very underprivileged background, but they have great potential. And I am very experimental in my cultural programs also. And the smile I see in them, and they believe in me, whatever experience I'm trying to do, and they believe in me. And when a house full of people are clapping and applauding, and the kind of glow I see on their face, that is so fulfilling for me, you know.
Amazing. That is so, but that is something special about Kenyans, isn't it? A lot of time, and I tell this to my children also. Lot of time when I'm going to work in the morning, you just see outside the window people walking. They're walking to the work, and each and every person is smiling. And
Yes.
that is such a good way to look at life, that sometimes you're so stressed about either work or something is not working right, financial crisis, whatever is happening in your life. When you look at them and you see they must be having so much in their lives, but look at them. There is so much to learn from Kenyans. I just
Yes,
love
full of
the way
positivity.
they, yeah,
Absolutely.
they perceive life.
Yes. And
And
the resilience, you see, like some time back, I went for a seminar where, again, I was invited as a speaker. So there, some other organization, who it's an international organization, they work on hunger
hmm,
and food supply.
hmm,
So one person, he was talking about the level of hunger that is there in the villages. Like someone probably it's for days just sweet potato.
wow,
So I mean, the smell of chapati is something fulfilling for them. Wow. Like
right.
that kind of
I
level of
think that
hunger, the
gratitude,
struggle,
yeah,
the kind of struggle. Still, if that person has a ability to smile and ability to
correct,
dream,
correct,
I salute them.
correct,
There
of
is so much
course.
to learn,
So
from
much to
that.
learn from them. The gratitude they have, I think sometimes we just take life for granted, but we have to learn so much from them.
And I'll tell you, Rina, I have done my share of struggle too in my life. It's
Right,
not, I'm a self-made person. It's not that I came from a very okay. My absolute childhood was all right, but during the mid time, I had gone through a
correct,
severe during my higher studies period. I have gone through a severe financial crisis, and otherwise also a lot of
correct,
crisis. And I've come through that, and I know the pain when you do not have anything.
correct,
Then how you go forward? I still you don't give up your dream.
correct.
That really needs a lot of courage, and I salute that courage in these youth.
I think if you have not gone through that pain, you cannot do, what you're doing. So if you have felt that pain, only then you have that, heart to go and help someone and do something so big for others. So I'm definitely, if you have something to share with us, so many women can get inspired. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for women, as I was saying that gender equality, we talk a
At,
lot, but we need to talk about gender equity. You know why I'm saying equity? Because say if you put the men and women at the same platform, it's not enough. In a country like Kenya, where women are far behind because of the social norms and things
correct,
like that. So you have to give a little bit push to women
correct,
so
of
that
course,
there is equity. Then only they can compete side by
correct,
side.
correct.
Otherwise, it cannot happen. So gender equity is more important than gender equality. And we women, we have to do show camaraderie to our fellow women.
Right,
Unless we do that, if we do not
of
share
course.
that camaraderie among ourselves, then it's very difficult to go forward. If I am in a position where I can help to other women, I should do
You
that.
should do that. Right, of
Everyone,
course.
if we do like this, it will be a change system and we can help others.
Correct, correct. In the organization that I work,
Hmm.
we are 53% women
Wow.
and 47% men, even at whatever production level, everywhere. So I really respect that kind of aspect. And there is another issue also, that women are more efficient. So that is the reason we hire more women.
See,
We
women
actually,
by birth we are multitasking because
right,
we work outside, we are doing household work, we are raising children, so we are
so many tasks
multitasking.
at one point of time. Yeah,
Men cannot do like that.
yeah,
So we
agree.
naturally we are meant to be
more
more
efficient.
efficient.
That has been great to just see, the point of view that you have. It's amazing. So thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
I'm really blessed, and I think I'm lucky enough to have you on my podcast, talk to you about it, and I hope the message reaches as many as possible, and many more learn from this, and many more startup shooters you do. So all the best for all your ventures that are coming through.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rina.
Thanks. So, viewers, I hope you like this episode. And if you are an entrepreneur who wants mentorship, please get in touch with Startup Shuja. They are here to help. We will be talking to many other personalities, and we keep listening to this podcast, keep viewing us, keep supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you. Till the next episode, keep learning and keep thriving.